Welcome to Anti-Woke and Autistic. It boggles my mind that so many fat acceptance influencers on TikTok outright deny that obesity is being promoted, that they themselves promote obesity, and even if they don't outright overtly promote obesity themselves, they still deny that other influencers promote obesity. They're in denial that the concept, that the existence of promotion of obesity, celebration of being fat, they deny that that even exists. Here's yet another one.
Glorify obesity with me. Just kidding. It's a joke. You can stop screaming. But we are going to talk about it. Recently, I posted my ins and outs list for 2024, and on the ins list, I put glorifying obesity. That post minorly blew up, and I got a lot of questions about it and a lot of accusations about it. No surprise. So let me explain. Glorifying obesity is somewhat of an in-joke in the plus-size community online, because oftentimes, plus-size influencers, we will post clothing hauls, we will post videos of us talking, room tours, showing our pets, vlogs, anything like this, and we get, you are glorifying obesity.
She says that when fat people post clothing or fashion hauls, makeup, whatever, just living their lives, walking their dog, petting their dog, they get accused of promoting obesity. What Abby here is failing to mention is that there are a shit ton of TikTok accounts as well as Instagram in which the obese influencer is prancing around, grabbing their stomach. They're barely clothed. They're doing close-up shots of belly rolls, back fat. They're literally grabbing and kneading their stomach fat like it's bread. You know how you knead bread when you make bread? And they're talking about it. They say things like, I love being fat. There's nothing wrong with being fat. Live your fat life. And they literally glorify obesity. They celebrate it. They flaunt their bodies. They pose in seductive, lewd ways, accentuating the size of their bodies and the pockets of fat. They show close-ups, and I know I said this just a second ago, but I'm going to say it again. They show close-ups of belly rolls. How is that not the celebration of obesity? How many TikToks has Abby seen? Like 3 or 4? Look at the following. Look at the following. If this isn't the promotion of obesity, I don't know what is. Take a look at it, people. That is celebration of obesity. It's obesity promotion. If it's not, you tell me, what is it? I'd like Abby to tell me, what is this if it's not the celebration of obesity? Look at this. Look at this. This is the promotion of obesity. Look at the captions. Is Abby blind and deaf?
If promoting obesity is what it takes to make other fat people feel hot, obviously I'm gonna do that. So yes, I am promoting obesity.
Obesity promotion, the glorification of obesity, the celebration of a very sick state of body that costs America multi-billions of dollars a year, something that drives up health costs, something that causes devastation for family members when they have to take care of parents who aren't that old as far as chronological age, but their obesity is robbing them of their vitality and health. Look at this. That's promotion.
This is harmful. Stop it. When brands use fat people in their advertising, they get, you are glorifying obesity by showing fat people wearing your clothes. Notice here that glorifying obesity is just showing fat people doing things. Normal things. Things that aren't necessarily lifting up fatness. Really, they're just showing people who happen to be fat living normal lives.
Are all the imagery that I just showed you normal things? Is this normal? Is that normal? That is the glorification, the promotion, the flaunting, the celebration of a very fat body. That is not somebody just going about their daily routine. Well, maybe for them it's a daily routine, but you know what I'm talking about. That's not a typical daily routine of somebody. That is the deliberate flaunting of obesity.
In fact, by that standard, any time a thin influencer posts anything, they're glorifying thinness. And think of the proportions there. Think about how many more thin influencers and celebrities there are. Think about how much more glorified thinness is, please.
The glorification of thinness would be a thin person pointing at the bony parts of their body, pointing to their ribs, running their hands along their ribs, doing something that tells the viewer, look how skinny I am. Maybe they're wrapping a tape measure around their leg. Maybe they're showing their stomach, their tummy in a way that accentuates the thinness. So yeah, if you can imagine it, there are ways somebody could promote thinness. And there are people online who do that. There are TikTokers who do that. But it is a lot easier to see when somebody is promoting obesity because there's something there to grab and squeeze and bounce around. You can't do that with a very thin body. Again, you could rub your hands along bony parts of it. You could point to bony parts of it. You could pose in ways that suggest that the person is showing off their thinness. But when you're fat and you're bouncing around, so when somebody's promoting obesity, it is quite obvious.
So anyway, I will continue glorifying obesity by all of your definition of it. That being, talking about being fat online, showing my life, existing as a person in the world, and not letting my size limit me and hold me back from things that it doesn't have to. Have a glorious obese day.
When obese people do things like this, that is not existing or going about their day. That is the glorification of a very fat body, nothing less, nothing more. That is what it is. It is what it is. And it just amazes me that so many fat acceptance people on TikTok outright deny it. Now, maybe Abby here doesn't do anything like this. She just goes about her day, and I've looked at her account, and apparently she just shows herself going about her day. But it's what she says that comes off as the promotion of fat acceptance. It's what she says. And for a lot of fat acceptance and obesity promoting women, it's what they say that's the promotion. There are a lot of fat acceptance influencers who celebrate obesity, but they don't flaunt their own obese bodies. It's what they say, it's their captions. Like, for instance, here's an example right here. This woman here does not show off her humongous belly in a bare state. It's what she writes about. You can see some of the samples of what she writes about. So she is a very hardcore promoter of obesity and doesn't prance around with hardly anything on, grabbing at her belly rolls, which really makes people look like a total idiot. She doesn't do anything uncouth or tasteless like that. She has a lot of words to say that outright promote obesity. So in summary, not all obesity promoters do it with their own body, jumping around and showing every roll and every back roll and all the jiggling and everything. Many of them dress more conservatively, but they put the promotion is in their captions and what they say and what they talk about, just like Abby right here. It's what she's talking about. She clearly is into fat acceptance, even though she doesn't flaunt her body. And many people, many women in fat acceptance on TikTok, they do their most of their filming is from the shoulders up. You can even see their body. You can see that they're fat by their face in most cases, but it's what they're telling you. It's what they're talking about. That's the promotion of obesity. So it's not just what they're doing with their bodies on film. It's also what's coming out of their mouth. Well, that is it for today's message. Have a great day.